Okay, everyone, welcome. Sorry I haven't been streaming that much. I've been trying to transfer all of my VODs over to the video section of my channel so that I'm able to preserve the chat and a bunch of other things, because apparently when I edited all the live streams from the past, it would remove the comments. So, yeah, I've just been preoccupied with that. It's been kind of difficult with all the formatting issues, combined with the fact that for some reason it just doesn't want to let me, download my own videos at the original resolution. So I've had to manually record it using my screen grabber, and that hasn't gone so well because, it's got variable instead of constant frame rates, and that creates a whole bunch of nightmares when trying to synchronize the timestamps and all that stuff. But enough about me. It's time to hop over to the web browser. Hello. Hello, hello. Anyway. Just gotta adjust this here so that it's the correct resolution. It did it again. Scoot this over. Scoot this over a bit. Just a little more. Okay, that's close enough. Okay, so this is where we left off, I think, because we saw this bookend looking stuff right over here. And we should be able to go and carry on. So, yeah, we saw this one. Apparently this locomotive is real, but the buffer beams and the headlamp are not. And this is another one. And oh no. Oh no. The crossover nobody asked for. And then there's all the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Super Express Bullet Train. I don't know how that gets onto the platform safely with those engines out on the side. This one, though, not too cursed. Though I think the name's a bit of a yikes. Dairy Crane. I guess they couldn't get too much text in there, so they had no choice but to create a portmanteau of Derek and Crane. Super Dreadnought, Rail Cannon, Juggernaut, Gibe. Oh man. And this is one of those XZ cards from, I can't remember which generation it was, but it's first edition, and it's completely bonkers because there's a series of locomotives here, and probably over here as well. So not only is it taking up 4 different tracks, it's even wider than that. And it's got all these stars here, which means it's even harder to summon. Express Train Ollie. What makes it so special? An XZ monster that was summoned using this card on the field as material gains this effect, an extra 800 attack. Not too bad. I will say that the coupler and the plow and the horn are a bit much, but all in all, nothing to write home about. With this though, they took the reservoir up front. Oh man. Let's zoom in on this bad boy. When this card declares an attack, its attack becomes half its original until the end of the damage step. That's not very useful now, is it? It's just so goofy looking. Just what? And then there's whatever this is. A Maze Attraction Thrill Train. Yeah, that name definitely checks out. This is definitely a theme park train if I ever saw one. Target 1 Amazement Monster. Not that I know what that is. And is it me, or does this have rollerblade wheels? Or Old school roller skate wheels, I should say, to be more exact. Oh boy. And then there's Expressroid. Oh man, that's just all sorts of yikes from me. Revolving switchyard. If a level 10 Earth Machine monster is normal or special summoned to your field except during a damage step, you can activate this effect. Your opponent takes no battle damage for the rest of this turn, but you also get to special summon one level 4 Earth Machine monster with 1800 more or more attack from the deck. If you do, it becomes level 10. You need to send one card from the hand to the graveyard, add one Earth Machine to the deck. Only use Revolving Switchyard effect once per turn. And then we got our classic Steamroid. Oh man, that's so old. Makes me feel old. Watt Train. I don't think I've seen that one, but I've seen the Watt series. And I think that was all there was to that, but oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh boy. And then we got ourselves another steam tram. Or steam carriage. This one though, yeah, this one's a definite big yikes for me. Like, I don't know how anybody thinks of these things. And then we got ourselves another one over here. Let's take a closer look at this bad boy. Like, yeah, me. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets so much worse. And now they're just not even trying. Like, what is going on here? And then there's whatever this is. Not entirely sure what to make of that. And now the smoke box is on the side? Wait, what? That can't be right. Ain't no way. Oh, great that they got the helicopters outside. But yeah, I didn't get to see all of these. So yeah, all this graffiti. I do like the faces though. They look like troublesome trucks. But this is a big yikes for me. That's a big that let's get out of here kind of image. So yeah, that's definitely cursed. Just checking out to make sure that everything's all good with the stream because I didn't want it to... I just wanted to make sure it wasn't crashed. Okay. Burlington route. Completely wasted. Bro, these edibles ain't... Also the edibles. But yeah, this one definitely needs more than just a slap of... a new coat of paint slapped onto it is what I meant to say. I don't know what to make of this, though. I feel like this is supposed to be scrap metal that became an art piece somewhere. A holdover from the war. Oh, no. Oh, no. Steam person. Oh, no. Make it stop. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's definitely going to be a big yikes for me. Why do I feel like the stream chat isn't updating? Maybe it's just me. But yeah. Got ourselves another gay train. Always love to see it. We accept and tolerate everybody here. But I don't tolerate this nonsense. What is this? And it looks super heavy too. No, wait, this is the chocolate train. I remember vaguely seeing some sort of thing like this ages ago. Like, there was a competition and somebody decided to make a whole chocolate train. And I only remember because I can see all the slats of chocolate on the plow and all the other kind of features that kind of suggest the chocolate texture. Oh, oh boy. Oh boy, those thumbnails on YouTube Kids are getting out of hand as well. And then there's the narrowest of gauges. Oh boy. And this is one of those locomotives somebody said earlier is prone to falling over because of its high center of gravity. Chocolate train, chocolate train, chocolate train, chocolate train. Anyway, so yeah, we got this dude here. It must be some sort of funicular car of some sort or something, or not, I don't know. It's got a streetcar catenary contact here, so maybe it's all tiered like this so that people could see from behind. Oh man, they chopped up my boy again. They need to stop this. Yep, that explains a lot. I thought it was already available, and if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Heist responsible for bringing that game into existence? Because if that's the case, then I think that's excellent. I must thank you, and this is a repost, so no surprise from there. Yeah, I thought it would be on Steam because that's what it said on the ad. Now this mother... I don't know what to make of this. It's got the single bumper out front, and it's got indirect driving gear here because the piston's up here, which turns this, which turns this, which turns this, which turns this. And it's just completely nuts and completely circuitous because this is just like for translating all that energy into some decent torque. But yeah, these trains are nuts. This is one of the cream of the crop for this evening. I don't know if I would play it. I don't know how long it is or how intense it'll be. Oh no, it's even more circuitous nonsense. Why couldn't they be bothered to just, hook up the piston to the drive rod, to the drive coupling, instead of doing whatever this geared nonsense is? And here we go again. Just me. There's so many of these. So it goes here, goes to this flywheel, which goes to a bunch of gears on the inside, which goes down to this lever arm, which goes to this drive linkage, which powers the wheels. Oh, man. And what do I say? I should have been careful with what I wished for, because although I was sick and tired of seeing all the other ones, I think going back to the regular drive systems is not one of my better ideas. Like, holy, this locomotive is nuts. Oh, well, it's on Steam and I can play the game on stream. But yeah, this locomotive is a big yikes for me. High rail vehicle, kind of mid. This is a weird tank engine if I've ever seen one. This is a 440, no less. Saddle tank. Not a combination I was expecting. This one's a repost. This one's funny. I think it's also a repost, though. So, gas mechanical. 200 IQ move I see there. So we got your sloped rail car on a sloped corrective car, which is on a sloped track. Yes, that's like stacking hats on top of each other, I swear. And we're back to that. Elevator for trains. Yeah, that's a good response. I have never seen a rail car made specifically for transporting porta potties. Franz the Fox Demon says, have you? I really hope this has not been posted before. It has been posted before. Also, this marks the first post since the rules were changed for posting cursed trains. But yeah, so I think this is a custom, to be honest. Like, it was on a heritage railway or something, and they just had to get a crew of welders to stick it all together, slap some wheels on it, and just be ready to go. Oh, 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 oh no. Oh, just that Via Rail and that Canadian National just plowed right into each other. I was not anticipating that, but this is why they have nose in front of the cab, kids, because it needs to absorb all that shock so it doesn't crush the operators, be they the firemen or engineers. Yeah. Let's see, Lionelville World Cruiser. It was featured in a very obscure Lionel movie I watched, fully recreated in Gary's mod, because me, I guess. Something about it doesn't feel right, though. I'd have to go look at the original source material. The Uinta number 7, a shay made from spare shay parts. Hello, welcome to the stream. So, I think the only thing that's cursed is that it's made from cannibalized parts, but other than that, that's nothing to write home about. Busta, the Festiniog Railway Work Trolley, which was redesigned or re-engined, giving it so much power that it nearly killed someone. I'm sorry, what? Ooh, that sounds great. Did you have any fun? I'm sure you certainly did. But this speeder, though, that's what makes it cursed. The fact that it's so fast. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you had a good time, because whoever was writing this and almost died definitely did not. Like, speaking of the Tweetsy Railroad Ghost Train, I think that's going to be the thumbnail for the next cursed stream, if it's not the locomotive from the Counts of Monster Disco DLC for Train Simulator. Anyway, the Mammoth Caves Railroad number 4. It's a cube that worked in a big cave. You don't say. But yeah, that's not the biggest yikes for me. It does look kind of cute, so I guess it's blurst. This body snatching this takes body snatching to a whole new level. Bro, it's like a giant bird just swept in and picked up the boiler and just left everything else behind. Obviously, that's not what happened. Of course, the boiler must have exploded. But still, definitely cursed. Short Ivet Class 2. This is so adorable, but why is this image so tiny? Let's copy that bad boy, slap it into Google Images. I swear that's the only function that's supposedly useful anymore on from Google. Oh, I see. It's an image from Patreon. Steve M4. Cursed Ivet. If you pledge here, you'll get a custom tweet from me and get access to the goodie bag, whatever that is. but it's in a different language, so I'm not sure what to make of it. Maybe I should just translate it. So let's whip this open, translate to English. Creating vehicle mobs for Transport Fever 2. Oh, wow, that's... Have I ever heard of... Hold on a sec. The emotes are in the way. Okay, now... I can see it. That's better. Okay. I don't think I've heard of the baby C17, but I should be able to look it up. C17. Tiny C17. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. What do we have here? What do we have here? Let me just view the image, please. This is so tiny. Unless you're talking about locomotive, in which case... yeah, I'm not seeing it. But yeah, definitely cursed. It's just another one of those images that just reminds me of the moniker of "Don't touch me or my son ever again." I mean, "Don't talk to me or my son ever again." That's the meme. Oh boy. Oh boy. Got ourselves another park accessory. Did they take the smokestack off, or was it never supposed to have one because it was fireless? I'll never be able to tell. Usually the fireless locomotives are a lot bigger. Small issue. Yeah, you think? You think it's a small issue? I think that's a really big issue, but point taken. I will have to say, though, that it looks like they just kind of put it together in like 5 minutes. I've seen stuff like this before. Usually for like moving stuff between tracks that aren't usually connected together very often, if at all. And it's pretty clear that the grades are completely different, so there was no way they were able to get those things together. Hold on, let me scoot this up a bit so that my fat head doesn't get in the way. There we go. Oh. But yeah, I do remember seeing a video a while back about a steam locomotive that was moved by creating temporary tracks. I can't remember where they moved it, but that's a story for another day. Oh man. That's also going to be a big yikes from me. Because, like, this must be one of those high-pressure steam boiler locomotives that didn't work in the end, because apparently high-pressurized steam is not conducive to being able to do the job better. But all sorts of yikes from this one. I don't even think it has a smokestack where it normally would be. I think it's out on the side, and it just kind of vents out here for some reason because, you know, me. This one's a repost, but we appreciate it anyway. Bros in italics. I don't know if this is a repost. I don't think this is a repost. Definitely appreciated. Definitely a cursed train. The Blur's Comet. Yeah. Blair's Blue Comet. And, oh, this image gets even more complicated and weird the longer I look at it. It's not just the really long number it's got. It's not just that it's got a funny funnel. It's not just that it's a cog railway locomotive that's not in the correct position. It's the fact that it's on one of those track movers. So it's able to move between different portions of the shed over here onto the actual track. Because they couldn't be bothered to use switches to flip. And it's got this canned air of some sort. Is it natural gas? Is it something else? I'll never know, but it's completely nuts. That's in the crazy linkage here. And it gets even weirder still because it looks like there's a tiny little portion here that hooks up to here properly, and this is just part of the extra levers in the valve gear for some reason. I don't know. I'm not a mechanical engineer. I didn't create these things. Why the axe? Good question. Why the axe? I have a suspicion it's because that portion must have been made from something that was easy to break with an axe, like wood or something. Thomas the Tank instead of Thomas the Tank Engine. Definitely a good classic. Can't go wrong with that. This, though, I don't know what's going on here. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, it's gonna be a big yikes. Bro's too heavy for the tracks, literally sank into the ground. Gotta lose some weight. Yeah, I would imagine. Yes. I think we've seen this one before. Someone definitely had to submit their 14 days notice after this, if they didn't get automatically fired. Pretty sure they don't deserve unemployment benefits after that. Which they definitely won't get if they got fired, if I'm not mistaken. Uh-oh. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, that's better. Yeah, this one's nice and cozy. I can't deny that. With all this extra armor plating and camouflage. Oh. I'd have to go back and check. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe I'll be able to search for it. But yeah, this one's a repost from earlier, a few minutes ago. Some random Ginty posted another collision, which luckily it looks like these cars didn't telescope into each other. Maybe, if I'm looking at this image correctly. Meanwhile, in the UK, or I think the UK. But yeah, that's going to be a big fat yikes for me. And then there's whatever this dining car is. This dining car restaurant that's a double-decker for some reason. That's definitely cursed. But not as cursed as it could be. The DP2, the non-Deltic version, though sharing the iconic body of the famed Deltics, it lacks the power plants which gave the Deltic its name. Interestingly, its number follows on from DP1, which was a Deltic. So I guess that's what makes it curse. Oh, bro, what? What the just happened here? What happened? What did you do? Fellas, what's going on here? What is going on here? It's another instance where something just got yanked off the face of the earth. And this isn't a town they live in. Yeah, that is cursed in all levels. Not just because spooky Halloween, but also because it's a cursed train in general. Gotta keep up with the holiday spirit, of course. Oh no! Oh no! What is this? The Edward T. Johnson. Oh man. Oh man. And the pistons aren't even symmetrical. They could have just put the pistons here, but they decided to put them here and then here. Like, what the are they? What are they doing? What are they doing? What were they thinking? This is completely nuts. Completely bonkers. It looks cool, but it's also so cursed. This one's a repost. Nothing to write home about. This one, though, I don't think I've seen this one. Let's take a closer look at that. And we saw that one. This one's going to be a big fat yikes for me. And this one, though, I think I saw it in a history book once. This one's cute. I think it's a repost. Then there's whatever this is. This atrocity. And this crime against man. And then this New York Central Hudson without its full streamline cladding. Bah, I'm tripping over my tongue. But yeah, this is definitely cursed. This is super duper cursed. Like, it's a... I think there's a pilot axle up here, so it's a 424. But unlike some of the other 424s we've seen... And like the other 424s, it looks like this is a full bogey that's fully articulated unto itself. Which is just completely crazy. And then there's whatever this tiny little thing is. Oh, the tier list, yeah. I got completely sidetracked with that as well. Oh, I got so many irons in the fire, and I don't have enough heat to sustain them all. But yeah, this is just redneck engineering right here. This one, I feel like I've seen this in a history book, like a history textbook somewhere. I don't know why it's lacking the bearings here that it normally would. And I don't know why it's got an outside frame instead of an inside frame. But yeah, that is super duper cursed if I ever saw a 10-wheeler like that. Then we got this repost here, kind of cute, kind of cursed, it's blurst. This atrocity, this complete absolute of a locomotive, which is literally just a tractor slapped onto a rail car at this rate. And this crime against humanity, which was one of those weird logging railways that used wood rails instead of steel ones. And of course, we got this cursed Hudson 464 with the New York Central streamlining all the way except to here for some reason, which kind of defeats the point, you know? Like, that's the most important part you need to streamline. Like, come on, New York Central, get your together. And then there's this super tiny shunter with the single bumper for some reason. This is super cursed. Vertical boiler and diamond smokestack. Just all sorts of wrong here. All sorts of wrong here. The silliest graffiti ever. Yeah, I like this one. This is blurst. It's the boy kisser dog or furry creature here, spray painted onto a petrochemical car. Let's see. TKO. Oh, it's just a tank engine KO. I think this is a repost, and it's super tiny, so we're not gonna bother. Falcon, what? I know this is about cursed trains, but come on, how often do you see a commercial aircraft wreck on a rail line? Bit more historical context, October 9th, 1960. Good timing, of course. Falcon Airways Handley Page Hermes GALDC overran the runway on the landing at London Southend Airport, ending up across the Shenfield to Townsend railway line. The aircraft was ridden off, and all 76 people on board survived. Wow. Just completely wow. Like, someone's not keeping their job after this one. Yikes. Like, holy... Oh boy. Let's see. Yield Sea Witch. You've got 9 posts here. Show me what you got. Oh gosh. Oh. I should have been careful what I said. Let me rephrase that. Don't show me what you got. This is one of those tiny switchers that's able to hop onto the roadways and then onto the railways. I think this one's a repost. This is what happens when you siphon out all the fluid without opening the air intake at the top, so that air is able to flow freely into the tank car so it doesn't implode like this. Some people said it was fake, but it's totally real. That stuff happens way more than it should. This paint job's cursed. This locomotive is also cursed. Like, why does it get such a tiny little nose and such a broad frame that's so freaking long? And this one, I think, was... I saw this the other day when I was looking for suggestions or ideas on what to post. And this is one of the things that I saw. Oh gosh, that crane, holy, that's huge. Yes, the classic I have two sides. But look at this monstrosity, this absolute unit of a crane. I've never seen anything this big before. Yeah, empty soda can train. I know, right? So true. But this thing, this monstrous crane with 2 arms, because it lifts over here and it lifts over here, unless one of these is supposed to hold a counterweight. And then it's got 4 different bogies spreading out the weights of the entire crane and whatever's going to carry it, and a bunch of tiny little rail cars over here for some reason. Just holy. I want to see this in real life. I want to see it in operation, and I want to see it now. But yeah, that is a definitely oversized crane. I'm surprised that the tracks just don't buckle under the weight of whatever it carries. This one's a repost. Get out of here with that. It's still cursed, mind you, along with this, but both are also reposts. No, I'm not entirely sure what to make of this. Definitely cursed. As a land train from, like, I can't remember which game it is that turned into a movie franchise. Mad Max, that's right. Just complete 100% Mad Max vibes from here, you know? He reversed into me, officer, I swear. Are you sure about that? Otherwise, you wouldn't have climbed up on top of that, all that, rubbish. The video title says it all. Though the real question is, why did they let the engine run in this sort of condition? This cannot be normal. Also, the description for the video has more context. Yeah, but the Scotsman incident wasn't that bad by comparison. So let's see if we can just get this bad boy open. Let's do theater mode. Let's turn the volume down a bit. So yeah, the afterburner's going off like crazy. But yeah, that is an adequate response to all that fire and cinders. Just completely... Are they even aware? I think they're completely oblivious. Oh, it keeps getting worse. Just Okay, maybe now they're getting a hint.
Oh man, we got that on video.
Yeah, you did get that on video.
Holy shit.
Just stop swearing, please. Thank you.
Train locomotive on fire. Right at the intersection.
Just... Okay, so they stopped at the end. That's good. So let's see the context, shall we? Okay, need to clear things up. So anyone who criticizes me from now on for overreacting to what that will be directed to the description. 2, the traction motors were not on fire. John just said they were because there were some sparks coming. And that's it. Don't blame me for what he says. 3, to those who say this is normal, well, maybe it is, but this was the first I'd ever seen this happen in person, and surely I was not expecting to see this. So I definitely had a strong reaction to it. Trust me, this is not normal operation. Something has completely... Oh, for licensing and usage, please contact licensing@viralhawk.com. Dang it! Means I'm gonna have to cut this section out, won't I? Fan-friggin-tastic. Just me. But we got some more cursed locomotives. American plows on British steam locomotives and headlamps too. Nothing out of the ordinary here. It's just the same bolt that we've had before. Steam rail. This one again, and then another one, and another one. Oh boy. I feel like I saw this the other day. I think I'm just giving people ideas by just live streaming. You know? I can't be the only one. But yeah, I thought this would be good as a thumbnail, but it's just too big and janky. I went on the internet and found this. This is a repost. Another video. Let's see. TF2 soldier shoots trains, literally. Joke weapon. The train gun. So it's just a bazooka that's shaped like a locomotive. I think we're gonna try to see this over on YouTube. Oh no! It actually shoots full locomotives! It shoots whole locomotives! Holy... Oh, man. Like choo-choo, mother. Just wow. Just wow. Hey, triple FS fan. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. You've come just in time for the craziest stuff, because... I'm sorry, I just have to go back here. Just train flipping launcher. 250% explosion radius. And it just blows stuff up. But it's not just an ordinary bazooka, because it literally fires trains. Full-blown locomotives. Oh, yeah, that's totally fine. The live stream will be saved, of course. But I just thought it was crazy that it was just firing whole locomotives. Anyway, for this cursed image... Would some Halloween spooky, scary, creepy, or ghost-themed trains be okay? The answer should be yes. Maybe not, I don't know why. By the time he gets to these, it might not be till either next year or not, or a not-so-spooky month. Fair point, friends. All I know is that these trains, or train-related things, should be disturbing or unnerving due to the creep factor, but that's up to the admins to decide. Yeah, I think this is definitely cursed in the spooky kind of way, but also because of how poorly designed it is. Tell me you know everything about welding and nothing about trains. Wrong answers only. Oh man, holy. I don't know why there was a delay there. But there's this... Why is it a Shay? There's no need for this to be a Shay. Okay. The Eye Express, a display at my doctor's office. Yep, definitely works. Look how they massacred my boy, yeah. But at least this one's on point, because it does belong to an optometrist, and they could afford to model an O scale. It looks like Lojorid responded to Steam Man 60103 saying, "Try this 1001. Oh! 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 Oh, that is weird. That is weird. I'm used to seeing Japanese locomotives being painted fully black, not fully white." Yeah, that definitely checks out as a cursed train. Just Final Destination right there. This is why they embed plastic into windshields these days. They just keep swimming. Yeah, that's the vibe I get. More trains and water, let's go! Now this one's a weird little... Wasn't expecting this. But fair point to them for trying. Let's see, the Ravenglass and Eskdale DMU. It's been in Intercity and FGW, I think it's FGW, correct me if I'm wrong, during its operating life. Oh gosh, that is super narrow gauge. Super duper narrow. Let me zoom in so we can just bask in its absurdity. Or better yet, let's just copy this image and just dump it on Google Images so we could get a better one. Oh dear. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Just knocked something over on my desk. Let's paste this bad boy here. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a better image. Oh my gosh, it's so tiny. Okay, so this is actually maybe a miniature railway, not a regular narrow gauge. You know. Super duper weird. And it looks like it's not the only one. Because there's this too. According to the BBC, that looks vaguely similar. No, wait, that's just something completely different. Let's forget about that. And then there's a bunch of other weird stuff too. But of course, that's a story for another day. Let's just bounce back over here and close this tab. The Smooch 4 Dutch edition. Yes, Dutch love wins. Got ourselves a cursed maintenance vehicle again. This one looks like it's a retrofitted boxcar. Oh gosh! What happened to it? What is going on? What did they do to my boy? They massacred my boy. Or is that what it looks like when just the front nose is taken off? I'll never know. I'll never know. Another one. Collision of T and P cannonballs 5 and 6 in Jefferson, Texas, June 4th, 1903. I think I remember that incident. I think it was part of a county fair kind of dealio or something. And then there's this inspection car for the Metropolitan Elevated Railway. That's kind of cursed. But this is even more cursed. But it gets bonus points because
The Milwaukee Road.
that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a big yikes for me. That snowplow's terrifying. And then there's this cursed bus from the Great Northern Railway. I don't know why it's got that livery. And whose logo? Shell Industrial Lubricants. Oh boy. The cursed ad if I ever saw one. And then there's just whatever this is. Like, what the is going on over here? I have many questions. So many questions, like where is this? And is this for sale? Actually, I think there's some more images here. Hold on.
Nice.
Oh, the wrong button, sorry. The Chicago Northwestern. This one's super weird. It looks like they just chopped two locomotives together. I'm not sure why that's the case. Got a Soviet turbine cab forward locomotive with an extra cab for the firemen. And we got this again. Okay, nothing to write home about. More spooches. Love wins, baby. Love wins. Union Pacific, and I don't know what this is. And this is it from a different angle. And this is the Baltimore in Ohio. Only in Ohio, am I right? I'm surprised the nose stayed together, but the rest of it didn't. Like, why did it buckle here? And then we got CSX, because, of course, CSX. Big Four is always in trouble for one reason or another. The Fire Queen, a 4-foot gauge Crampton engine that worked for a slate quarry in Wales in the mid-1800s. No, they're not getting divorces. Ghost Train Arts. I know that it's a diesel from the UK. I doubt that many people could fit in the cab. Also, yes, this is for Spooky Month. I might try a few liminal space images later for some creepy-looking abandoned stations or other locations, though I don't know if those would count. But yeah. Looks like zombies on the train. This one's just a repost. Oh boy. Punched himself right out of the roundhouse once again. Oh boy. I don't know how you do this. Ooh! They set up a train ride in an aquarium in Texas. I completely forgot about this one. This one looks cool, but it's also kind of cursed, so it's blurred. You get to ride and you get to see the sharks and the other fish they have on display. I think actually the Intamin company actually advertises this on their website, boasting that they have their stuff operating at this aquarium. Let me go check. Intamin products, round rides, immersive attractions, observation attractions, coaster wheel, and that's not it. Immersive attractions? Maybe that's it. No, that's definitely not it. Maybe it's enter text here. Mine Coaster Train. Maybe I need to go to their other Intamin site because they have so many. You know? It's hard to keep track of them all. Please tell me this is it, or is it the same page? Company, products, water slides, immersive attractions. Don't care. Here it is, Intamin Transportation. Let's see, products. People mover, mountain mover, maintenance vehicles. No, that's not it. This is another story for another day. 4, 2, 4. Family lunch coaster. Let's check images. Oh, yeah, it's not registering for me right now. I don't know why. I guess I could look that up. I just didn't want to have to type it all out. Let's see, Liechtenstein, Britannica. Yeah, it's not working. Maybe is it? Okay, so here's one at the St. Louis Zoo. Let's see. Kimball Family Collection. Train conversions available. Where does this go? Let's see. Ooh! No, that's not it. That's not it. Dang it. You'd think they'd be a little bit more clear because they do have these things for sale, I swear. I just can't find it. And I guess that's going to be a story for another day. This might already be here. It is. But we're going to take another look at it. Yep, just the tiniest little rail vehicle. The original Hogwarts Express. Rejected because it looked too modern. You don't say. Well, I think it's not just because... Well, I don't think it was chosen because it wasn't too modern. It just looks kinda too big. And not cutesy and folksy enough for the role. Like it's a hecking chunker. General 2, the proof that the sequel is always underwhelming. I would certainly agree with that sentiment. I think Harry Potter was supposed to take place in the modern era, but the Hogwarts Express was always steam-powered. Because magic or whatever. But yeah, this plow is nothing to write home about, and they could have created a better lantern here. Maybe something in the front here of the smoke box door. Added some extra... Maybe they could have taken this placard and put it here, and then put the railway name here. I can't remember what it was. It was from the Confederacy. Okay, which one of you couldn't behave and did this to the Kanawha? I don't know, but that's a big yikes for me. Just all sorts of yikes. They must be applying a primer, if I'm not mistaken, before they just paint everything over. If I'm not mistaken, because it looks like they got some ladders here and they got some equipment here. The tender is still pure black. So... maybe that's just me. I think they used King's Cross as the locomotive for the films. Another one of those days. Yeah, it's just one of those days. You get the bombed right out of you, and that's all that's left. I made a Toaster Chan, the AEM 7 girl. In Roblox, no less. Yeah... this is cursed. Just super duper cursed. And why is there a plug back here that doesn't have a grounding attachment? I have many questions. This one's a repost, but it's still cursed. 060, oh no. More Roblox. More cursed Roblox. V-Line N-Class 475 crashed 3 times. Wait, what? How did... that can't be a coincidence. But unfortunately, I think it is. Just the sheer level of incompetence. Oh no, it's a minion. No wait, that's not Minion. That's what's his face from what's it called? Monsters Inc. Mike Wazowski. Why did you turn my train into Mike Wazowski? And why did you give him the buffer beams? Gosh dang it. That's what makes it so cursed. Might have to use it for the next thumbnail if I can get away with it. But something tells me it's not the right dimensions. Double Farley, and whatever this is. Gosh dang it, these images are so tiny. And so pixelated, but yeah, Double Farley, wood-clad boiler, just all sorts of yikes. And weird, overly sized diamond stack. And the cab doesn't even have a roof, so... The operators. Same over here, same principle, except for some reason it just looks weirder. Why do I feel like this is a prince from the boat train incident back in the 19th century? Search by image, paste. So yeah, there's a bunch of images here, but none of them are a perfect match. Let's just scoot this down a bit. Maybe if we give it more information, it'll be able to tell us with better accuracy what's going on here. Or it could absolutely do none of those things. It's just showing me more images. Speaking of, yeah, that's a weird looking locomotive if I ever saw one, but that's a story for another day. Well, technically it's not a Christmas tree ornament, but it is a decoration you put around in your house. Let's see. What was I... Yeah, boat train incidents. That's right. Big Bayou Canoe rail accident. Yeah, that's not the one. I guess I'll just go with this instead. Oh, yeah, it's a different image. So I guess they called it something else. But I just remember it as the boat train incident. But it must be the Staplehurst train wreck. Let's check the wiki for a sec. Oh yeah, it is a boat train. I was right. So, Staplehurst rail crash, boat train. Okay, so I was half right. But at least I got the record straight. And then there's this cursed atrocity, of course, which I don't know what to make of this. Little bugger. It's kind of cute, but also cursed. And that must have been all the images. This is a repost, if I'm not mistaken. If not, it's just a recreation in MS Paint. Now this is a weird one. Like, why is it shaped like this? I don't understand. I think everybody likes to break stuff that's fragile. It's just in our nature. And it also makes a nice sound, too. And when all the little pieces explode everywhere. However, when you don't want to do it... Oh, this is so cursed. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. And this must be the technical diagram. And this is just it in real life. So it's just a tiny little boil here, tiny funnel here, internal driving system with external drive rods for motive power. Just all 100% yikes. One of those situations where big things come in small packages. Let's see what T-Voss is up to. Picture 1. Tank engine that looks like a goofy little thanks to its oversized wheels. Oh, yeah, that does look kind of goofy. Looks like it's stocking up on water, too. And then there's whatever this locomotive is. One of the rods has been taken off. Not entirely sure why, but we'll get an explanation. German engine captured in the Netherlands and was given a Dutch tender, which looks way too small since the original was lost. Okay, yeah, now that you mention it, it does make sense. That's what makes it cursed, the tiny tender. And I found this guy at the store today. It has working wheels inside rods. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Gotta add that to my soundboard. One of these days. One of these days. Another rail car that says do not hump. For hump yards, of course. We've already talked about this in the past. Hump yards basically is a giant slope. You run your trains through it, breaking it up one car at a time, and then it just goes and gets all the rail cars sorted into the correct tracks. And it's all in an inclined plane, which is different from when shunting is done using kicking. Not kicking with your foot, but like kicking rail cars using locomotives, where you take a bunch of rail cars and you have them separated, but you have the couplers push against each other to push the rail car into the yard. Oh, okay. Flooded railway tracks in Chapel Street near near Arthur and Palermo Street in Melbourne, Victoria, in Australia. Spooky trains. I was thinking of adding this to my thumbnail, but it just didn't fit. This is the perfect cursed train. It's just a skeleton on top. Chef's kiss. And then there's whatever this is. This just looks like Photoshop for some reason, or I don't know. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Oh boy. 480. Can't knock him for trying. And then we got ourselves the Hawthorne Village Nightmare Before Christmas train, more specifically the first locomotive in the series. They don't make it anymore, and that makes it extra expensive on eBay. And then there's this customized G-scale monstrosity. Like, holy. And they got they used a hair clip as a plow/mouth, which makes it even worse. I don't know why they just didn't put the eyeball where this lantern would be. You know? I feel like that's a missed opportunity there. But it's a fully articulated locomotive, super duper cursed. Definitely would want to make something like this, but not as tacky looking in the future, if I had any space. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Just looking at spooky trains. Oh, what the... Oh, man. This is what... Why couldn't they just move it using the tracks? Why are they moving it using a large tractor trailer? And they're crossing at the crossing using the road instead of the tracks because for some reason it made sense. Just completely nuts. Oh, yeah, I'm doing alright. I was hoping to post and live stream more, but I've been having trouble deciding which one, what games to stream, especially with the new Super Mario Brothers coming out soon. Like, I haven't pre-ordered it. I have a strange feeling I'm gonna get it late. Anyway, this goes unbelievably hard, and I certainly agree. And this is so small. Why is it so small? I don't know, but I like it. Definitely blurst. 10 out of 10. And we got ourselves another locomotive and a turntable again. Oh boy. I would say that I'm surprised, but I am unfortunately not. Oswald Caboose. Yeah, it does look like something straight out of a cartoon. Let's see. Doll, fallen flag. I'm just gonna skip that right there. I know he's just trying to point while working on something, but it looks like something else. Dinky Strider. That's just silly. Festiniog Railway trying not to violate health and safety rules. Objective impossible. Or difficulty impossible. But yeah, I don't know what this is. Why is this what's powering everything, or is it... No. There's a steam locomotive over here in the distance. It's what's making all that steam. But there's this weird rail car here, and I don't understand why. I have so many questions. Go home, tracks, you're drunk. Yeah, that's a big yikes from me. Just holy. Someone's gonna have a bad time fixing that. And it looks like they're gonna have to move all the signal stuff, too. Don't know how to explain what's going on. What caused this? Anybody know what's going on? I suspect there was some sort of underground activity, like a ruptured pipe or something. And it's created a huge bulge in the ground. I've seen that happen with sprinkler systems in lawns. Don't cry over spilt milk. The spilt milk. This is a repost, not anything to write home about. I hate toy trains. Instead of I love toy trains. And it's in the original fonts, or similar fonts, I guess. And it's upside down, because why not? Opposite day. We got ourselves a repost. Oh gosh! This mining locomotive. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow! And we got ourselves another cable car thingamajig here. It's just completely off. I would say off the rails, but I don't think that counts here because it's still on them. So yeah, just scoot on over to this. But yeah, basically it's just a tiny little engine that's powering a bunch of rail cars in the back, and it's only got a single axle for driving, and everything else is just kind of an accessory. So it's a balancing vehicle, if I ever saw one, and that's just nuts. Let's just bounce back over here. Yes, this is a 440 box tank engine. Yeah, that is definitely a big fat yikes for me. Especially with the internal driving pistons and the way that the pilot wheels are set up. Just holy. That is all sorts of wrong. All sorts of wrong. Can't knock him for trying. Can't knock him for trying. Here's that image from, there's that locomotive image from earlier, except this one's at better resolution, so bonus points for that. And then there's whatever this is, maybe a sinkhole or something. We're kind of used to that. This, though, what on earth is this? Holy. This streamlining is overpowered, and it looks like there's a cab in the front and a cab in the back, and there's drive wheels here and here and here. My boy's a 28884 locomotive. Just holy. This is crazy. It looks cool, but it's just all sorts of wrong at the same time. Like, how on earth do you get in this thing? Where's the doors? Where are the doors? And I want to know where this is from, so gonna save that for later. Yield Sea Witch strikes again, this case with a weird, janky looking Northern Pacific diesel shunter and a really weird switcher. Okay, take your time. This is another super tiny electric switcher. Got this one again. I think we've seen this one, maybe. I know I personally have, but it's a story for another day. Got one of those gasoline-powered rail buses from, like, the 20s or 30s in Europe. And we got this camouflage locomotive again. And this is part of the roster for what I suspect was the Freedom Train at one point or another. Back in the Bicentennial. And then there's this snowplow. This steam-powered snowplow. Like, holy. I didn't expect it to be cut out like that. I'm pretty sure they just took everything off the exterior because it's not supposed to look like that. And then there's this tiny little... I swear, this keeps happening. These tiny little locos are driving me loco. But yeah, we were looking over here. So yeah, locomotives, Bicentennial. Just all around kind of tacky color arrangements. Yeah, it looks like armor. This looks like armor, of course. Just scoot back over here. Okay. 1963, French engineer built a hovercraft on rails, the Train. Another step in a long line of technological evolutions and failures. Still a unique story. Yeah, I think there's a video on this from Cheddar, if I'm not mistaken. No, this is not from Cheddar. This is just archival footage. And it's got music that's, I think, is copyrighted, so we're not gonna bother. But yeah, here's a scale model. I talked about this in the past. They thought this was gonna be the future at one point or another. It just kind of hovers off the ground, and then it just goes really fast on this large viaduct, which was expensive to build. They hadn't created a way to consistently manufacture all the parts interchangeably. There's some weird jalopies that we just saw over there. Hold up. This is what's left of it, I presume, after the project was binned. Or trashed, I should say. The reason, of course, being the energy crisis of the 1970s, which rendered high-speed rail based on fossil fuels no longer viable. Even if only temporarily. But yeah, I got some jalopies here. Old-timey stuff. But yeah, there's a channel called Cheddar, and they always have these nice infotainment documentaries on vehicles that used to be around but are no longer in use or were abandoned through decommissioning or scrap. And the train was one of them. Official video, not gonna see it. Got ourselves someone skipped leg day. That's one way to describe it, but yeah, we've seen this locomotive or something like it before in Indonesia, fully colorized. Yield sea witch. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. How did you do that? How did you do that? Just completely nuts. And the skill issue. I'm just surprised someone was able to take a picture of it just in time. And this is back in the day of actual film that you had to develop. Like, just completely crazy. They lifted the bridge and somehow that dude did not get the memo in time. And then we got more trains and water. We got this one again. This one, though, I think this one's kind of familiar, but still kind of cursed. And I think this one's a repost, but yeah, it's just a Civil War armored car with a cannon mounted to it. It looks definitely cursed, kind of like this, but not as cursed. I mean, this isn't as cursed as that rail car. Oh boy, what are they up to this time? I think this is in Canada, right? And this one's from the former Soviet Union. It's got a really weird valve gear and pistons, because, like, if I'm not mistaken, it uses the steam from both sides to do the work so that it keeps rotating the wheels. They're just super big yikes from me. The government of Ontario. And yeah, I think the last one was just supposed to be curses and spooky. Got ourselves another playground accessory. And a kid in a funnel, which makes it a funny funnel. Oh gosh, that camelback. I thought it was cursed enough that it was a camelback, but the fact that it's up on its side like that, just... yeah, little toodle. Just super duper cursed. And we got some high-speed rail here. Well, streamlined locomotives, I'm sorry. Streamlined steam locomotives of some sort. I don't remember where this image is from, but of course it's another image that basically screams, the council will decide your fate. And they have chosen to take away your driving wheel privileges, apparently. But yeah, this is cursed. Is this being reworked? Is this a locomotive that's being fully reworked, or is this a locomotive that is still being assembled? I can't tell. And then we got this goofy looking... I don't know who would think of something like this. And I think it's got a smokestack over here instead of up in the front for one reason or another. Wrong answers only. There were no good reasons. And then we got the Coors Light train. Would you believe me if I told you that they made an O-scale version of this? Would you believe me? Because they did. Like, the Coors Light locomotive is cursed enough for its proportions. I love toy trains. I didn't know they actually drew that on one of their locomotives, but I haven't been keeping track of their series. But yeah, let's... Okay, so where was I? Yeah, the Coors Light train. So let's just hop on to my community tab. bounce back over here. Ah, here it is. This is all sorts of cursed. Like, look at these wheels here. Does any of this make any sense? This might be a little loud. Let me fix that. I can see the dude recording over here. But yeah, this is what it looks like in all its, in all of its infamy. And we got the theme song going. And we got the rail cars, which for some reason are not connected together, even though that feels like a missed opportunity there. Yeah, must have been drinking when they designed this, of course. There's a lot more rail cars than I thought there were. I overshot it when I tried to fast forward. Should not have done that. And there's a missed opportunity there with the rear, because it could have been an observation car. But all it's carrying is Bud Light. Yeah, there's the Coors Light commercials, and they have the Coors Light train in them. And someone decided to make an O-scale version of it. I don't know which manufacturer it is, because it's definitely not Lionel. And that's not even the weirdest part. Here's the weird part. Where's the weird part? The weird part is that the door's open. And it looks like there's smoke coming out of the rail cars too. It's like the condensation from a refrigerator car. And they're all open. I don't think this is a mock. I think someone actually, as a company, manufactured this. And all these smoke units are going off like crazy. It's just complete insanity. Just complete insanity. But yeah, MTH. MTH Trains, an official license of... Oh wait, an official licensee of Molson Coors is manufacturing an O-gauge model of the Silver Bullet train seen in the Coors Light television commercials. These sets, featuring digital sound and features, will be available beginning July 2007 at any MTH authorized retailer. For more information, check mthtrains.com. So it was MTH. Should have known. Should have known. So yeah, that's official. That is definitely official. Why does this remind me of a famous memeable image? Oh, there's an official train set for I Love Toy Trains from MTH? Interesting. I'll have to go look at that in a moment. But here we have every single locomotive be almost identical except for number plates. We are going to beat you. Yeah, that's the vibe I get. I will kneel before the council. But yeah, let's try that. Oh yeah, it is a full set. And it's from MTH Rail King. Wouldn't you know it? And it looks like all the components are actually sold separately. Here's something from Live Auctioneers. Skip tips. Should be able to see a better image, or not. Let's just view the image. Connection is not private. Fine, I guess I won't bother looking. I think we've seen enough. Oh no! Oh no! What the is this speeder? Just what the? And then we got whatever this is. Why do I feel like this is from a conversion to narrow gauge that was talked about in History in the Dark with YouTube user Darkness the Cursed? The dude got his face punched in there. That's a big yikes for me. Something, something, something. Harnessing the future of safety. Are you sure about that? You have a full caboose floating on a trestle to nowhere. That does not seem like safety to me. And we got ourselves another playground accessory. And I was not expecting this. This is very curious. But it's like the tiniest bridge going over this walkway, this pedestrian walkway, with a maximum height of 12 feet 2 inches, which is kind of interesting, not gonna lie. And then we get this narrow gauge bobber caboose. Just me. And we got the Frisco Lines Streamliner Pacific, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this looks like something out of that Fleischer Studios animated short play Safe that we may or may not have seen in the past. I think it was aired on Train of Thought's live stream, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, same yellow tank engine. So yeah, that's all there is in this section. Moving on. It's supposed to be the C62. Yeah, don't you hate it when your locomotive is cosplaying as the Galaxy Express 39, but it's like a C58 instead? I swear there are so many promotional events. I remember one where they used a C11. I kid you not, they used a C11 because there's very few C62s left in the world. I think they're all in one place, whose name I don't remember. It may or may not be the Plum Alley Railway Museum. Let me go double check that. Not that one. Not that one. Was it Plum Valley? No, it's not. Yes, the greatest Hudson of all time, at least in my opinion, from like the Cape Gauge. C62. Maybe that'll give it some ideas. Oh, I see. The Umikoji Railway Museum. Translate. Actually, no, let's just hop over here first. Translate, please. If my fingers could type. Detect language, English. Oh, apparently there is no extra name for it. But yeah, this is used. Let's see, Kyoto. The following page uses this file or not. I don't know. Let's just check the wiki instead. Popular culture. Preserved examples. Kyoto Railway Museum. Kyoto Railway Museum. The Nyobo Works in Sapporo and Hokkaido. The Nagoya SC Maglev and Railway Park and the Kyoto Railway Museum. This page does not exist. I guess we're gonna have to make that page. Oh. Let's see. I would think that's... Let's see. There's an extra I there. I don't know how to spell Hokkaido. Hokkaid. Oh, I spelled it correctly. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway. Interesting. I'll have to go look those up too. Anyway, I think we saw this one before. Not sure what to make of this. Oh, it's a train in the back rooms. That's what makes it cursed. And we got this cursed rail bus and... yeah, definite real recoil. A MiG-15 being used to melt ice from Polish train tracks. I wish I could say that was unique and novel, but the Americans also did that. He'll leave for 5 minutes, and then this happens. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Just all sorts of wrong. All sorts of wrong. Henry with Gordon's face. Crude Photoshop. You're not wrong. Oh wait, it's supposed to be C62. You're not wrong. I've got the wrong C62 too. It's a C57 with Galaxy Express 39 stuff on it. Also, this was before Mattel made a weird superstation. That Mattel? How ironic. A series with a character named Mattel with a product made from a company called Mattel. The redundancy is not unnoticed. Oh, really? That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it looks like they used a D51 on this as reference material, which, skill issue. I think we've seen this before, or something like this. This one I think is based on the 440 New York Central and... oh wait, New York Central, Delaware, and Hudson River Railway, which would become the New York Central, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was used on the Empire State Express. Now this is super cursed. Super duper cursed. This, not so much. Kind of expected that from Nevada. This one just looks funny. And this one, it looks like they weren't even trying. This one's a repost. This one, gotta give him points for that. And yeah. Oh boy. How did it become smaller? Let's see. More flying trains. Space train, space train, space train. Space train, space train. Some of the original artwork, I'm assuming, from Reverend Audrey's original stories. Oh gosh, A Cursed Day Out with Thomas. Those eyes. Those cursed eyes. This has definitely got to be the thumbnail for one of my future live streams. If it isn't already. Covered in jam. But we know it's more than just jam. I don't know what to make of this. This is all sorts of yikes. Just, What the is this? Who thought this was okay? This is completely unacceptable. Just so cursed. And then we got ourselves a miniature Spirit of St. Louis or whatever. Burlington Round Zephyr. But it looks like it's been fully cut away for some reason as a miniature novelty ride. Because of course they did. Of course they did. And here's the last one. This one's just a Photoshop of a Hudson converted to a 444, I think. Let's see. Pin to TF2 memes found on Google from Pinterest. The pain train. Yeah, that's definitely cursed. Now that is super cursed. From the Peter J. Vincent collection. I just don't know how you do that, but the streamlined cab is perfect for it to just shoot up like that. I just don't know why it crumpled. Ooh, it is? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I need to see more. I need to see more. I have to see this. I have to see this. Rail Archive. Oh gosh. That's one of the premier sources of rail nerd stuff. Richard Leonard's Random Steam Photo Collection, the Canada collection. So it was real. That's nuts. Oh, they don't look like that one? Okay. But still, like, holy, it just looks so weird. So minimalistic. Jubilee. Canadian National 444. But yeah, CS trains. No way, that's not secure. Ooh, Radio Canada International. That seems to be a relatively decent source. Fastest steam locomotive. No sooner had man invented motive power than the quest began for who could achieve the fastest speed on land, the air, and in the water. When it came to the railways, Canada briefly was in the world record speed territory. In the mid-1930s, the Canadian Pacific Railway began exploring a new concept for fast passenger trains to revive interest in intercity rail travel. Air-conditioned four-car trains pulled by lightweight 444 F2 locos numbered 3000 to 3004. 80-inch drive wheels rolled out of the Montreal Locomotive Works. So what was the speed record? Okay. So, 3003 hit the recorded speed record of 112.5 miles per hour near Saint Telesphore, Quebec. And of course, a few years later, that would obviously be bested by the Mallard. But yeah, I'm surprised because it's got such a flat front. It's not very aerodynamic. Or at least not as aerodynamic as it could be. India. Not India, just India. I don't think I've seen that before, actually. There may be quite a few people with model trains going around their yard. Or third scale, or all sorts of things. But yeah, this is a super tiny, goofy little right here. some sci-fi train shenanigans. Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that sentiment. Looks like AI art, super cursed. And this one's a single rail, which makes it even more cursed, because me. And then we got World War II German hover trains. Okay, I'll make a note of that. And then we got whatever this is. We got something like this again. I think it's from the same artist as someone we've seen before. We got these supersized, cursed trains. And then we get whatever this is. Like, I don't even... Oh boy. More floating trains. Floating trains, so... Yeah. Looks like something out of Gmod, you say? I wasn't entirely sure. Let's see... CN4... I mean... What was it? 2929. Let's see. Canadian National Railways locomotive roster. Continue to cite. Oh man. Gotta scroll all the way down. 2958. Well, there's even more here than I wanted. Oh, okay. Canadian Pacific. Sorry. Obviously, I'd use an acronym, but obviously I'm not going to use the acronym for the Canadian Pacific. Just let me see the images, dang it. It's just the locomotive. How hard could it be? Let's see. Control F. 2929. Oh, so this is the 2929. I'm not sure if it looks that exceptionally different or better. It just doesn't have as streamlined a plow. But I guess that's a story for another day. Third scales trains? Oh lord, they are expensive. Like, you may as well just take a mortgage out on your house if you haven't already. If you want to be able to do that. Now, I think I'm experiencing some technical difficulties, so I'm just gonna bow out for a second. Just gotta make some adjustments here. And here. Okay, hopefully that fixes it. Yeah, they probably have been. Sorry about that. Anyway. So, where was I? This is not the tab I was looking for. This is the tab I am looking for. So let's see. Melbourne Works Tram 8W was built as a scrubber vehicle for tram rail services by the Melbourne something 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 in 34 using the cabs from C-Class tram number 232. Yeah. Working in the now defunct Footscray tram network for many years, by the 90s, these scrubber trams were no longer required. Work tram 8 was donated to the Ballarat Tram Museum. It has been scrubbing the rails in Ballarat since March 2001. It is notable for being one of the few service vehicles built from almost new. Bleh. It is notable for being one of a few service vehicles built from almost new by the MMTB rather than be made from a converted vehicle. Now, my question is, why did they need to clean the rails? What did they get so caked up with? What kind of junk would build up on them when there's metric tons of steel being forced together by gravity? Yeah, have you seen this TOT from the future year of 2025? I suspect this is your 30th stream of cursed trains ever. By the way, this is a side view of all the Galaxy Express trains from the 80s. Was it the 80s? Was it the 80s? I thought this, I thought the anime adaptation was from the 70s for some reason, because of the way everything kind of just looked, aesthetically speaking. GEMD converted to GE70 Ace. Yeah, that's definitely cursed if I ever saw it. Can't knock him for trying, though. Steam locomotive and restaurant inside a mall. Talk about a turducken of miscellanea. I'm not entirely sure why the smokestack is like that, but I can see that it's a restaurant themed on a train, if this is any indication. Because you can see, like, this is supposed to be the backdrop of a passenger coach at a station. Anime in general, or just the kinds of anime associated with the Galaxy Express 39? Like, in terms of the aesthetic, like, it's been around for several decades. Like, I think things really took off with the televised adaptation of Astro Boy in, like, what was it, the 50s or 60s? That's when a lot of the stylistic choices that we associate with anime would take off, because obviously Japanese animation dates way further back than that. There's still some propaganda films from the Second World War that you're able to see online and whatnot. Anyway, a railway-themed restaurant again, where trains deliver your food. Only exists in Kansas City, Missouri, and has 3 locations. From a place called Fritz's. And it got a little accessory here. And those must be the trains up there. I will say, though, that it's not as convenient as it could be. You're booking a flight now. Established 1954. Yeah, 70 years? Almost. And counting. And no Mickey. What are you doing, Mickey? Yeah, that's cursed. All from ArtStation. Oh no, not this again. Not more of this. Cars that look like trains that are functioning on rails. This one, though, I can't knock him for trying. Though it does kind of look like some sort of a... The front reminds me of those drones used by the US military. Transformers, head update, something, steam train from something something design. Yeah, that's kind of cursed. This is super cursed. It looks like something straight out of anime music. Like, what the is this? And I know anime music would do better than this. So that makes it even worse. And then just a regular cursed train. Keep hitting the wrong button. But this is just cursed because it's a ghost train. Now this one is super duper cursed. I'm glad it's not AI, but it's all cursed art. I swear. There's so much of it. There's probably a lot of good stuff in there too, as an art platform. But some of the people it kind of gathers seem to have no respect for trains in any capacity. Case in point, what on earth is this? We got ourselves a... I don't want to say it's a monorail, but it's pretty close. But basically the entire train is upside down. IKEA furniture, yeah. It does remind me of IKEA furniture, that one over there. IKEA nonsense. And this one looks like something straight out of, what's that game? They made a second version of it. Overwatch, that's right. Just gives me Overwatch vibes. Oh no, Luke's 3D aircraft carrier steam train. Oh boy. What have we gotten ourselves into? So let's just play. Oh gosh, that's huge. Oh gosh, that's huge. Just completely bonkers how big it is. And they couldn't synchronize the wheels with the track movement. Oh boy. Let's see. So yeah, that's definitely cursed. Never been to or seen an IKEA. Then I have good news for you. Although they do strive to make furniture a lot more ethically than most other companies that sell furniture. Oh, there's a play area. Interesting. But yeah, it's just like, you go into an IKEA, you will basically get lost. Because it's engineered so that you spend as much time in there as possible so that you'll find something that you'll want to buy, instead of just going straight in, buying what you want, and leaving. Same goes for grocery stores. There's a reason they put the eggs and the milk in the back, because everybody has to get milk. Except me. Because I'm lactose intolerant. Ooh! 8:03 p.m. The Runion State Railway link from Kroppelberg.de. Oh, run inside an IKEA. Site in the state of ongoing development, constantly on the lookout for anachronisms, factual, technical errors, and other mistakes. Being newcomers, we are in a similar situation to the pirate radio stations of the 60s, who didn't know for a time if they had any listeners. By the same token, until we get a counter set up, we don't know if anybody has visited us, so please drop us a mail if you like our site, and if you don't like it, please do tell us why. Learn about Great Little Countries Railways. I think this is something that's fictional, but I can't knock him for trying. Anyway, so I was informed earlier that there was something I was supposed to be looking at. to see if I actually had posted something. But yeah, I should probably get my post in while I still can. Let's hop back to history. Actually, no, let's just go to my community tab. And I think from there we'll be able to hop over to history, library. And I think, yeah, just gonna copy this here, paste it here. Ooh, there's a video from Train World. Interesting. But I wanted the original from MTH. Because there was a video from MTH, if I'm not mistaken. Here it is. But it's so pixelated, though. So let's see if we can increase the quality. The maximum is 240p. I guess we're gonna have to try something else. Yeah, don't worry. So, let's see what Train World has to say, because they probably got better resolution.
Hey, it's Trainzar. And
Yeah, this isn't gonna cut it. It's too long. This is also too long, but I don't know. I guess I'll just... Actually, let's go to images. Google Images. Coors Light M. Sticky keys. Oh yeah, so we do have images of it, fortunately. I don't know why they used the red LED for the headlight, though. It's kind of strange. But there must clearly be better images. Like classic toy trains. It's not like MTH actually bothered to keep that in their catalogs, would they? Would they? I don't know. This is something to be deliberated upon. They got Via Rail Coors Light advertising as well. Oh, for some reason I misspelled it like Bud Light. MTH. Okay, okay. I think we're onto something. Find it locally tab. Delivered June 2017. 2007. Can I open this image in a new tab, please? With ProtoSound 2.0. Features, find it locally, support. Bottom contacts. I would hope that there'd be some more useful information here, other than just, oh, this got the tiny little wheel there, where the big wheel's supposed to be. Service and warranty information. So yeah, let's try MTH. Okay, so here's the whole thing originally, for the most part, but it looks like there's a rail car missing. But yeah. I was hoping there'd be better images out there, but I guess not. Oh well. I guess I'll have to deliberate on making a post, and hopefully I will remember this time to actually post something. Just close this out. Post this here to pick up where I left off. As we head on to next week's stream, for Train of Thoughts, Cursed Trains Discord. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, so I think that should do it for... Well, yes, technically. I have a lot of things I will need to do, particularly with respect to compiling and making sure that there's enough space on my hard drives to actually save all these streams, because I'm still struggling to transfer them over. Yeah, the stream was done quickly because people aren't posting enough content, as far as I can tell. But yeah. You're welcome. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you in the next stream. And until then, take care, stay awesome, stay true to yourself, and of course remember to never give up. Bye, everybody.